buttons. There.
And we're going live?
And we're going live there. Live or live. And I think we're all synced up.
Hey!
Hercules! It's all happening. I feel like it's so tricky to sit in this chair and be able to do this. And get to do these things. Get to do these things. Just ask our kids. It probably took us a good solid hour before hitting the live button. Right?
We need to pre-plan.
To pre-plan and then plan some more and then a few zingers mixed in between, a couple sidecasts, a couple...
Interruptions.
Yeah, a couple interruptions. Jeez, are these the dog days of summer or what?
So exciting.
So exciting. But we're back. We're back to it. I'm Bubbles.
I'm Sunshine.
And we are Sunshine and Bubbles, and you are the High Vibe Tribe. Thanks for joining us yet again. I feel like we have so much to share and decompress and just kind of talk through as besties do. I need this. I need this session.
Yes.
Probably more than we even know.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like put it out there of what happened.
It was wild.
Here this past week.
We left you with a cliffhanger.
Major cliffhanger. Oh, goodness. Well, not like, I guess it ended up being minor.
Yes.
Thank the dear Lord for that. But a lot has happened between here, and it has been the week of fun and change and pivoting.
The week that just keeps on giving.
For our mantra to just breathe. As I take a sip of tea.
Yes.
I feel like my mind has been like racing since we got back from our camping trip of like all the things that we have to do or get to do. Are we doing it with the moon cycles? That was definitely a Google question, which yes, we are. But I thought some mint tea would be a perfect thing to help just breathe and be in this very present moment.
Yes. So cooling on a hot day like today here in Wisconsin. It's about probably 6 degrees right now.
86, did you say?
That would be my guess, yes.
That's hot.
It's hot stuff, hot stuff.
Add the humidity in there and we're really hot. We're just heating up. Yow! So the mint was a perfect choice because it's so plentiful in the garden. Oh my gosh, it's so prolific, right? Mm-hmm. Like it spreads and it spreads and it spreads and it spreads.
Yes, we have learned container planting for the mint to keep it contained because it's going to go wild and take over.
As it did in our original raised bed that we had planted down there. And before we knew better, we planted it there and boy, did it take over. I feel like we did have like 3 or 4 different varieties of mint when we started.
Yeah.
It was like lavender mint, chocolate mint, peppermint, pineapple, spearmint.
Yeah.
There was a ton of, now it's just all mint.
Yeah.
Mentha, spicata, spearmenta. Mentha spearmenta.
Mentha spearmenta. I like that.
Mentha pepperita. That's what I'm looking. How do you say that? The Latin names are tricky.
Pipperita.
Cheers to mentha pipperita. I think because the pipperita reminds me of like spicy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
which mint
picante.
Does have that spice, that like kick, that bite a little bit.
So not only like soothing, but it's also energizing as well. So I feel like I love having mint in the garden to help with my breath. Oh, especially on a hot summer day.
It's like the OG bubblegum, right? Like chewing some mint leaves.
Yeah, just take a little mint leaf here. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
Since we're in such close proximity to your sunshine.
I probably do have dragon breath going on.
It's like the OG breath mint right there. And it's so like nice to just pluck it right off and eat it. How great was that?
Very refreshing.
Ooh.
Little sprigs in your like lemonade or your tea, right? Just to give it a little zest for the summer. Oh, what is it? What's the mint drink?
Mojito!
Mojitos! Yes!
Mojito or a nojito. You could have it virgin or with alcohol or non-alcoholic. That's why I love the mojito, because I feel like it's such simple ingredients.
Yeah.
If you were to forego a mojito adventure, all you'd have to do is pluck a few of your prolific mint that you have in your container on your patio or porch. She'll be happy to lend a leaf or two, and you're gonna put it in your hand and give it a good whack. Activate. And you activate the oils, in the natural oils that are in the plant, and let them be expressed and released. You're gonna put that in a pint jar and squirt in some simple syrup. I feel like that's like the magic trick, is that simple.
Yeah.
And actually, no, I take that back. The simple, makes it sweet, so you sweeten it to your liking. But the real magic is in that fresh citrus. Right? With the oils of the mint.
Yes.
And that's what's really like working that minty.
So is
fresh
it
magic.
lime?
Lime, yes.
Lime.
Yes. I feel like you could use lemon though too.
Yeah.
You could get crazy with the cheese whiz.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no
half
like
and half.
half and half. Maybe squirt some orange in there too.
Yeah.
That's not. I wouldn't be mad at it. As long as it's fresh. Fresh is best. So you're taking like cutting the orange, lemon, lime in half and giving that half a really good squeeze in there. And then shall you choose to forego the adventure with a little Bacardi to start the party? Or not, that's fine too. Put it in a shaker, and I feel like this is where you're like, with your Boston shaker, like,
Make it so official looking, right?
with a smile. Whenever I train a bartender, I'd be like, and do not even pick up the shaker unless you're smiling. Okay? Okay. It's the best accessory. Right?
Yeah.
No? Because it's like...
You want to be all peanut butter.
But I guess if we're at home, then be as grumpy as you won't.
No.
No, yeah, no, smile. It's contagious. Oh, just like this mint. Yeah, shake, 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 and then top it with seltzer. And voila.
Seltzer, okay.
Seltzer. And then I feel like sometimes you would put a little fresh juice in there too if you wanted. Like a little lemonade or orange juice, like a little sprig, because then it kind of just elevates things even that much further.
Give it a little color too.
A little fresh raspberry in there. Add any fresh fruit to it. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. Or if you're doing a fresh pineapple. Whatever you got in the fridge, really.
What was that one with the...
Muddle it.
Isn't it the mint and the watermelon?
Oh,
with the
classic.
Oh.
But I feel like that you're making the watermelon mint juice. In the kitchen always makes it. I'll get a watermelon and they'll hook it up.
No.
But it's pretty much like fresh watermelon juice. So they just like core out the watermelon and put it all in a blender. Okay. And you blend it up. And then you can dilute it with water. And then some fresh mint.
Yes.
Yummy. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
like tomorrow for the 4th of July party. Maybe that's what I bring.
Freedom.
A fresh watermelon mint mixer.
Ooh, I bet that'd be good.
Ooh, I think yes. Can I get some thumbs up for anyone who's like saying that you would like to go to a party with that being brought to it? Oh, Jessica's bringing the fruit pizza.
Ooh.
And I just love her fruit pizza. On the sugar cookie.
Cookie crust.
But then it's like so naughty, because you're like, oh, well, I'm having a little fruit on my pizza, on my sugar cookie. Does it count? What is it?
Hey,
good,
there's fruit. There's fruit.
Exactly. That's my story. Just stick it to it. Still good. Oh, look at this is the whole. My breath is kicking that bad. I need the whole darn stalk in it.
It is really good.
It is super, super good. I do love it. I could go for mojito right now or that watermelon. What else are we doing with mint? What else and tea. That is actually what we're drinking right now because it's not hot enough outside, but it makes a lovely tea.
You can make a mint tea and put ice cubes in it.
Ooh, a good cooling mint iced tea with fresh lemon in there, like a lemon mint water infusion. Oh, yes. I think that's a funk yes from me.
I think Ruby agrees.
Show her up, put her up. Ruby Doobie's in the house.
Hey.
She never makes a peep, but gosh darn it, she is there.
Sweet Ruby. She's like a little mascot.
Yeah, she was so good for camping this weekend. You guys, we just took the kids camping at Plymouth Rock, Wisconsin, this past 4 nights. right? We left on
Saturday.
Thursday. No.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 4 nights. Left Wednesday, or came home Wednesday.
4 nights, 5 days.
Yeah.
And
Epic.
the epic proportions of the maiden voyage
Yeah.
of our new travel trailer. I don't know, like again, kind of like how, when we didn't have water or bathrooms here, and we're like, how did we do that? Honestly, that travel trailer, you get so spoiled.
Mm-hmm. It's more glamping than anything.
Yeah, it is glamping. Mm-hmm. But that's okay because I don't spend much time in the travel trailer anyways. Like, it's just convenience.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like still going out exploring, still checking around the area, still spending plenty of time at the pool or at the lake. But having running water and a place to chop off the kids at the pool was a game changer.
All the kids at all the pools.
Yeah, all the kids and I had all the pools.
Even brushing your teeth in the morning or like just wiping out the dirt.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Yeah, washing dishes, like right there. Yeah. And I was really kind of...
Charging your phone.
Yeah, phone charging. We had a fan at night. I had like a we got this really cool like trippy mushroom diffuser, air purifier, and you put little lavender essential oils in there and it like put on this cool light show.
Cool. Yeah.
The kids picked that out. I was impressed.
Coming out of the shroom, it was like...
That was amazing.
Super trippy.
I could watch that all night long. Also, we had the fun party light going on there. And music? So I feel like it's like the party mobile. I feel so grateful and blessed that we like elevated to that.
And boy, did you cram the kids in there. Like, at one point, how many
people did we have sleeping in there?
3, 4, 5, 6,
8?
Like
8 of us?
People? Yeah. Small and adults, right?
Yeah,
like,
2 adults and the rest kids.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do it while they're young.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord knows there's going to come a day where Nevy's not sharing her bed.
And 2 puppies.
And 2 puppies! Oh, they did so good camping.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yes.
I loved it. Ruby, you would think Ripley, the puppy, would have been the one you'd have to worry about and following around, but it was Ruby that was going out and being Miss Social, meeting all the neighbors.
Yes.
Which was sweet because it was a good icebreaker,
yeah.
To meet your neighbors.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, you got a fire starter?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Oh, my dog.
Can you spare a square?
Can you spare a square?
I asked him for a couple stuff, thing, and it was nice because we had met. So.
Thank you, Ruby.
Yes. And sweet little Ripley, I had so much fun walking him in the morning. He is a blast to go take for a walk right now. I don't leash him, so he still don't hurt a leash. He doesn't like it anyways. I don't blame him.
It's just like,
but he stuck really close by.
He did.
He came when you called. He listened for the most part, right? And with that golf cart, so the campground that we stayed at, I've never seen anything like it. They had live music on Saturday night with a kick-ass band. And there was 100 to 200 golf carts that rolled up on the scene. They were all parked on the amphitheater style stadium seating. And they were all just people were dancing down below. Anyways, the golf carts was awesome. My cousin's husband let us borrow his golf cart that had super orange flames on them.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like we needed, that was a game changer too, to have a golf cart running around.
Yeah. Yes.
But we walked Ripley with it. We were in the morning we had him and he was chasing after the golf cart, her and Ruby. And they loved it. They loved it. They have a lot of energy,
Yes. Not after. Before.
Yes. Probably before and after. They were so cute. And they went swimming too. The puppies got to go swimming.
Yeah. Oh, the little holes on the pier. That was so funny. Her little legs were so otherwise her little tiny foot fell through the little hole.
Yeah, she had a whole system of how to walk on the pier. It did a little...
She tiptoeing.
Yeah. With her little tiny paws. She made it though.
She totally did.
She gets around. She doesn't know obstacles phase her.
Dignity and grace.
Yes, indeed. Until one of the kids picks her up and swings her over their shoulder. Rattles up, poor girl.
Oh well.
Yes, she's so laid back, so chill. I get that so much about Ruby is, how she's breaking the mold with what they thought a Chihuahua was.
Yes.
She really is. She's so special. She's so sweet.
They're always this is the sweetest Chihuahua I ever met.
We hear that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Don't we? She just leaves a sweet lasting impression. I just love it.
Mm-hmm. Way to break the mold, baby.
Mm-hmm. Ruby Dooby and Rip. Her and Ripley have been getting along a bit better. She was playing with him on that walk too, like running behind, and they were chasing after each other, or he was more chasing her, but still she's tolerating him more.
Rip the Doob.
Yeah, Rip the Doob. I got an R and R. R.I.P. Primo. Oh my gosh, Sarah. Mm-hmm. Sarah Schaefer, Danny's sister, has a Westie, and her name is Poppy Jean, and that is Primo Jr., which is Ripley PJ, his middle name.
All the connections.
Seriously, it's like so connected. I absolutely love it.
Me too. Plymouth Rock. If you ever go, Plymouth Rock Campground, highly suggest it.
It's right by Road of America, right across the way. So I know a lot of people that go to Road of America will stay there, but it's a whole community with those trailers.
Oh, yeah. Don't go the wrong way on the one way.
No, especially on the weekends.
They don't take lightly to that.
We didn't really get in trouble at all.
No.
It was only we only really got in trouble when we let the littles drive the golf cart. They were like, okay. But anyone 12 and up could probably pass. So we're like, go for it.
Yeah. It was nice. I feel, because the store was closed too, so it wasn't really
the Monday to Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very quiet. Yeah. I feel like a lot of times we had the pool to ourselves.
Yeah.
There was just a handful of people there. So it was really, really nice to go up during the week. Highly recommend. I loved the lake though. The lake was where my heart was at.
Me too.
We had some spiritual experiences down by the lake with ancestors and past loved ones coming to say hello. You cannot make that up.
And little Jimmy finding that cross.
And he found the dime and the penny. When we were when Jamie and I were down there, and funny that we should mention this July 3rd. I'm sending some extra love to sweet Jamie and my Aunt Darlene, who was a family of someone who took their life, my cousin Brian, and you just see the deep felt wounds that suicide can leave on a family, even years after. I mean, geez, that had to have been. That was in 2012 and 2011 is when Brian passed, so 14 years ago, and it still cuts like it was yesterday. Honestly, it just to see the loved ones of immediate family and extended family, because I feel like we grieve him too.
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's not a day that I don't think that goes by that thinks of Brian and his children and how they're doing and. Yeah, suicide's a real deal.
It is. Talk to somebody. If you're ever feeling some kind of way, talk to us. We would love to be there for you.
You are so, so loved. I feel like if they had hope and a solid foundation of faith to know that you are so, so loved and forgiven.
Yes.
Just breathe. Yeah, those permanent solutions for temporary problems. Even when we were on our trip, Rachel's son, Kieran, had a good friend that chose to take his life when we were there.
18 years old, maybe?
Yeah, I think 18 or 20.
Maybe 20. So much life ahead of you. Yeah.
So they could just see beyond that there is so much hope and so much to live for, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. So prayers to all the families. Send them a little extra love out there. Just all love all the time. Mm-hmm. But geez.
Choose kindness.
Mm-hmm. Be kind. That's how it can be affected.
You never know what anybody's going through.
We're in the middle of this. Do you want to come in and say hi?
Yes. Are
we doing that? Okay, you've got to talk, because sometimes we have some sweet little loved ones here that want to say hello.
Hi.
How's your summer going?
Good. I think I got sunburn.
You got a little sunburn?
Me too.
You look pretty tan, darling.
Yeah, I got my tan.
Yes, girl. What was your favorite part about camping?
Swimming.
Swimming. You guys did a lot of swimming.
In the pool or the
Both.
lake? Both?
I mean, I had more fun on the first day in the pool than the lake, but the second day was kind of funner on the lake.
Yeah.
So it's like in the middle.
Yeah, you guys were regular fish. We were in there from sunup to sundown.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we took our suits off all day.
No, the
So
suits
we put
were
our pajamas on
all day. And I never ate so many s'mores. How about them s'mores?
So good.
Remember one day I had a Heath one, a Reese, and 2 Reese's, and then she taught me the trick on how to melt the Reese's on the fire and then put it in a s'more.
And the gummy worms.
Oh yeah, melting the gummy worms
so
on them.
good.
They were good.
That.
They were like a
that
chard.
one.
It was like, but it didn't taste char. It was more just like gooey gummy. Gooey gummy.
It's like Jello kind of.
Yeah, like Jello gooey gummy. Yum.
On a graham cracker or just?
Yeah, I threw the healthy eating out the window. I tried to make a salad, nobody touched it. Except me and you. Me and you were the only ones that ate the salad.
Barely made a dent in it. And then did you save it or did you toss it?
I think it was sat in the cooler and
We tried to save it.
I was like, smoothie? Maybe you can make a smoothie out of the salad remnants? Because it felt so bad to throw
We
out.
should make a live stream where like you interview the kids.
We
Yes,
will.
that
That's
is coming.
Season 2.
Yes, it's season 2, mommy and daughter day. Bristol, you're on it. You can come on too and drop some knowledge.
She's my mini. Well, actually, you're my mini. Well, older. Yeah, but you act.
You girls act like each other. You guys are
Yes.
so cute. You could be twins. Honestly, you guys look so similar.
And we went to Subway, and then they're like, "Are these your twins?"
For real. Yes, I can see that. I can
She
see that.
bleached her hair though.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, see, right? Well, both that like sandy blonde, right?
I have a natural blonde and brown.
Yeah.
My hair changed.
It's like sandy blonde, I think is what they call it.
Well, thanks for stopping, ladies.
Yes. Have fun out there.
Thank you, Ruby. Boy.
Love you.
So cute.
Special guest.
Yes. Her sweet little darlings. Are we getting in trouble for doing that? For having them on the podcast?
Why?
Literally, I got kicked out of the Facebook, banned from doing lives, and no monetization. And there is, I can't invite any friends. I don't know, a slew of things that affects the businesses as well for a month because I put a picture on my story of Nevaeh and Charlie eating cotton candy. They were in their bikinis, which we're wearing right now because because we're hot, okay? But that was crazy. And it was like a part of me was like, oh, I'm happy that, the censorship is because maybe someone could look at that. I just didn't see it.
No.
I even rewatched, I'm like, how is this in any sexual indications at all?
No, it was like the candy was here and they were both
Yeah, they're both
bites. It
like
was
taking a bite of
cute.
candy.
It was the sweetest, most innocent. I don't know. But yes, I'm glad there are people things monitoring things, but leave us alone. We're not trying to do anything.
For real. I'm like, if you were to tell me, like, that'd be the last thing I would try to do to my children.
Absolutely not.
But it just kind of opens up your mind. I know I like to stay in my bubble. It's bright and sunny and happy here most of the time. Except this morning when I almost lost my shit on these kids. Just kidding.
But you didn't.
But I didn't.
You made it very clear and set healthy boundaries.
Yes, indeed.
And that needs to happen.
On the age-old subject of, phones, cell phones, when is the right time? When is the right age? Permissions on there, different parental controls, and what's all out there. It's like
What
scary.
apps, what socials.
It's a scary world.
Yeah.
That's why she wants to go on YouTube and post YouTubes of her in her bikini. I know some moms would not allow that to happen and be thinking twice. I'm like, am I just too lax? Do I need to written down the hammer? Not to mention how much they want to be on the darn devices.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle though. My theme this year was to surrender. So I'm really trying hard to let them and let me. Let them let me. That go but kids I think are different. Because it's our job as moms to give them parental guidance. And I keep saying, I'm like,
perimeters. Like, okay, we can do this, but as long as you follow these couple rules, right?
Yeah, but then does that make them want to do it more? Kind of thing of trying to kick them out of the farmhouse today while we're doing our podcast. If we would have been like, oh, sure, stay
Reverse
here. Relax.
psychology.
Like,
Duh.
what are we doing wrong?
No, you stay in here. Don't go outside. don't have fun, knock it off.
Yeah.
Stay like, bye.
Bitch. Do nothing.
Yeah.
Then they're like, bye, we're out of here. But now we're like, okay, can you guys please leave? Like, we need to concentrate. We need some privacy. And they're like, oh,
I gotta poop. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty.
Appropriate.
Of course you are. All at once. That's wow. You guys are synced.
Yeah, that's why super huge kudos to us, Sunshine, for committing to this and having this will, because it's been a challenge. And I feel like, being surrendering and letting go to what is and what will be not our plan. Mm-mm. Glory be to God.
Amen.
That's how we infuse the prayer into here all the time, in all the ways. Sipping on our mint tea. Can you let me know what is some of the uses are based on the scientific evidence?
Ooh, based on the scientific evidence.
Where they do both qualitative and quantitative double-blind placebo-control studies in the lab of what the compounds of spearmint, peppermint,
super legit,
can do for you.
So a lot to do with your pulmonary, your cough, your nasal congestion, asthma. It helps. I feel like that cooling, soothing effect. Bad breath is even in here.
Scientifically proven.
Yes. A lot to do with also digestion, so nausea, indigestion, IBS, headaches too. It's great for tension headaches. Yeah, more bowels, nasal congestion. I think I already said that. UTIs, stroke recovery. So yeah, just kind of all over the place, but
a good flavoring agent too. If you ever want something to taste good, add some mint to it.
Mm-hmm. It's smokable and edible. We have that in our Love Vibe blend. Mm-hmm. It's one of the main ingredients. Mm-hmm. Or happiness. Should I say love?
Peace.
Peace. It's in the peace.
You guys, we have 3 different herbal blends that we blended up, and we have all herbs that we've used, sun-grown, organic, farmed here, or wild crafted, and mint is in the peace blend, which you want to think of that soothing, that calming, that peace that surpasses all understanding. Mint will take you there.
Yes.
And she's so giving, and she's so generous. And you really just gotta dive in and use her in everything, in any herb way. Dry it out, and you can use it in the winter when it's not so fresh here now, but it'll make a wonderful tea because it stimulates too.
One of the biggest giveaways of the mint family is the stem. If you feel the stem, it's like a square. I don't know what the technical name for that is, but it's not like round. Like if you twirl it in your fingers, it's like dook, 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 dook. Mm-hmm.
And so most plants that are in there are part of the mint family. Mm-hmm. And with the mint family, you really want to think of that soothing. And I also think too with the leaves, they are they're smooth. Mm-hmm. So when you think smooth, when you see smooth, think soothe.
Ooh, smooth and soothing.
I think I'm onto something here.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. So it's really, really, I love mint very, very much.
I feel like it's a very common one. Like, people are very familiar with mint.
What does it say about Greek mythology? Oh yeah, pepper. The Latin piper meaning pepper, and peppermint from the Latin piper meaning the hybrids: spearmint, menthica, spicata, spicy, watermint. Yes. They have been a history of medical use dating to ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome. It's been around for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
So I think it's really abundant, even at the grocery store, in your herb section. So I love how available it is, but super easy to grow, and a great introductory herb to make your ally, because she's a great one to have in your corner, especially around the cold and flu system when you want to soothe a sore, itchy, scratchy throat, or even for allergies too. It could help kind of soothe all that and make you feel really good and nice.
Soothe it and cool it.
She's back. I love it. So I'm glad that we were able to touch on mint.
Okay, dog hair all over.
And that is really, really good for this podcast. And we talked about our super sweet camping trip. But we have not really talked about our cliffhanger episode and what has all happened with that. So, I kind of think we should divulge into it on here.
I think so too.
Do you think so? Well, then ask me a question. How do we get started?
So, what happened after we had to sign off so quickly?
You thought we would never tell you. I have not shared it on social media because Nixon kind of asked me not to. I feel like he wanted to, not that I would have, I didn't say I was going to, but he didn't really want to like take pictures. He didn't really kind of want to, when strangers would ask at the camping trip, he's kind of said he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So I feel like I'm honoring that, but in the spirit of being very vulnerable and open and kind of putting yourself out there in the public like this, I do feel like it's something that I should talk about because I feel like there is a lot of lessons in the blessings and treasures in the trials.
Yes.
So we've been saying that a lot lately.
Yes.
In this last week. So I'm just going to kind of clear the energy because it was actually on this podcast that we got interrupted. And I remember so clearly it was Nevi coming up to the window and saying that Nixon is hurt in the backfield. And I remember like looking at the camera and being like, I'll be back. And I like ran off and you were like, and then
I'm like, hey,
I'm going to go. Yes, thank you for shutting it down and coming back out there because no sooner did we race out there with Layla.
Grab the first aid kit.
Yeah, knew enough to grab the first aid kit.
There was blood involved.
Because they said he was hurt. Yeah, with blood, so.
His finger was bleeding. That's what I heard. It's like, oh, okay, well, we got to go. So we signed off, grabbed the first aid kit. How do we even get back there? The UTV. Tore our ass back there. Found Nixon. Sweet little Charlie was with him. All the other kids came to get help. And then...
Yeah,
we're telling the story about Nixon. Did you want to share anything?
It was scary.
It was super scary, right?
Because it went out kind of far, like this much, but then it came right back in, like really fast. And it wasn't supposed to jerk like that.
The hook, the winch you're talking about.
Yeah. Like it went out and then it came super in. Yeah, we're gonna leave.
Okay. Thanks for stopping.
Okay. Yes, we'll take it from here, girls. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're like leaving the farm.
Yeah. We are because we're gonna go to my dad's house and we might swim.
Oh, right on.
Lake Landmark. Like right by my dad's house.
Yes. We'll see you at the fireworks tonight.
Love
you. Pivot.
Yeah, so we got back there. Nixon and Charlie were there. Ashley, Bubbles sprung into mom mode, grabbed the first aid kit. We checked out the scenery. I don't even remember how things were flying around, people were flying around. But I just remember you looking at me and we're like, what do we do? And it was the scariest thing because normally we have some type of solution or anything. And I was like, I don't know.
Is that before or after we're like, call 911?
Before, because they were like, okay, well, obviously we can't do anything now. His finger was literally stuck. Like, he could not pull, like, he wanted to pull it off. And we're like, no. So then Layla had her phone, because I didn't grab my phone. My phone is here, your phone is here. Used Layla's phone to call 911. And God bless those first responders and firefighters, and I don't even know, they were coming in their personal vehicles. We were moving like car seats out of the way to get back there, and they were one after another. What do you think, maybe 5 minutes after the
Yeah, I would say about 5 minutes after I called, when I was still, pretty much on the line with them.
Yeah.
It was 5 minutes before the first Fillmore Fire Department, the first responders, paramedics, police officers, you name it, they were there. Like 15, I don't even know, 20 people deep in the back 40 of our hemp farm. Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah.
With Nixon's finger stuck. So they were trying to use the winch to get Nevi unstuck. She had kind of went off the trail. I don't know if they were playing around with the winch or Nevi truly needed help. I'm not quite sure. But instead of going to get an adult to help if they were indeed truly stuck, Nixon wants to be the quick thinker, and he sees that there's a winch on the four-wheeler. Honestly, we just got the four-wheelers, never used the winch before. I can't even say, not that I didn't know it didn't have it, but honestly, I've never used it, didn't know it was there.
No.
So leave it to Nixon to use it, and his finger got caught in the hook. His middle left hand, he's a right-handed, thank goodness, but his left middle finger got caught into the winch, and it was crushed like this. And kind of some damage on this one, on his other finger, his index finger too. But it was stuck in there. And yeah, my first reaction after we're on 911, I'm like, Nixon, can you pull it out? And he's like, no, I can't pull it out. It's stuck in there. And I feel like despite the circumstances, Nixon's demeanor, I mean, he did scream, he had let it out, he let out some giant screams, but it was came in waves, and then he would come to, and that first responder that came, just knew just how to talk to him, just what to say to keep the situation calm and at bay. And honestly, I was just thanking God that he was okay, that his head was still there. He was still upstanding. I'm like, a finger? I'm like, maybe he's going to join the nub club. I don't know. You could giving her ask Uncle Jamie how that feels. Goodness. And we were kind of joking about it. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can lose a finger, but that's just how fast accidents happen. And they were wearing helmets. They were all safe that way. So I feel a period of mom guilt went over to me. I'm like, is there something I could have done different? Are they too young to be driving these four-wheelers? I don't know. Y'all can weigh in and let us know. But I also had my 20th year class reunion the day after, which I ended up going to because Nixon was such a trooper, and he was really feeling up to it. And when we communicated, he was up to go by Auntie Jessie for the day and do what she had planned for them. But a lady that I met, Hillary, there was just like, girl, you don't change a thing. Do not mom guilt yourself like that. She's like, they're living their best lives out there. And I feel like hearing that, and I know you've said the same thing to me, but I just feel like
from someone feeling mom guilt, I was
outside of the bubble.
Yeah.
It was outside of the bubble for her to be like, absolutely not. He is living his best life. Freak accidents like that are gonna happen.
That's what an accident is, right? Yeah.
It's just so hard when it's your baby.
Yeah,
and so I asked Danny, I was like, Danny, did you get hurt a lot when you were a boy? And just being that kid, he's like, yeah. Yes. And I was like, I'm in for it. I just feel just such a random accident. And I thank God that that's all that was. And we went to, the ambulance down to Children's Hospital. It wasn't no lights on or anything. It was just a brisk ride down to Children's. Bless all those sweet angels there that knew exactly what to do, and the team of people working with children, because Nixon's biggest fear was getting that IV. That's the first time I actually seen him cry because of this incident, is he did not want that IV in there. And the way they talked to him and, treated him as a true patient and accepted his will kind of thing. I mean, he ended up getting an IV and it was fine. They had a double poke him with it, but because he was moving, but we ended up getting it. And as soon as you were able to get that medicine in, boy, was that a game changer. But the surgery too went outstanding. He now has a wire in his finger that you can actually see. It has a little blue tip. It will be pulled out eventually in 3 weeks when things are healed. But unlike a cut that would sever the nerve endings got squished. So they're able to stretch them back out. So he's going to have full feeling and full range of motion, because this didn't need to be fused. These bones didn't need to be fused together, or it didn't need to be amputated. He can actually still going to be able to move it and feel with it. So he did not join the nub club.
No. But honestly, it was probably the best case scenario. Like, not that any of that was good, but that it was squished, it wasn't cut. Had that would have been a different situation.
We couldn't pull it out.
No, we couldn't. Yeah, and he was so calm. Yeah, you're right. He screamed a couple times, but just because he wanted his finger out, right? Like he didn't want to be standing there attached to a thing. I didn't see him cry at all, to be honest. If anybody was crying, it was everybody else.
Yeah, all the girls.
Yeah, they were very upset, and they were so sweet. They're like, "Oh, we love Nixon so much." And I'm like, "Remember that next time, y'all being sassy."
That was quickly forgotten. I feel like they gave him grace for camping, but not much.
Oh, we were praying.
But they made those sweet cards. That touched my heart. Yes. I'm saving those cards. Those are going into his file. His little, I'm saving those cards. Those was so sweet.
Oh man, they did the right thing. They were scared, they were upset, they were crying, but they got help. And that's really all they could do. And we couldn't help either, so we got help. So lots of lessons to be learned.
They were so sweet. They were so sweet with his medication too, cheering him on. Like he didn't want to take, because,
it wasn't over there, yeah.
Oh no, the fun did not end there. So he goes with Auntie Jessie. They have a glorious day out and about. I think they went to go see a movie and kind of had a nice fire and relaxed at their house. Well, he woke up Saturday morning, vomiting and with a fever and having an allergic reaction to his antibiotics. So he was covered from waist down in hives. And hives are itchy, right? Mm-hmm. Couple that with a poison ivy that we think that we got on that Thursday because we tried to take I think we talked a little bit about it on our lesson. We tried to take him to the Mermaid Lagoon and got eaten alive by mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Well, also poison ivy. And so he had a hive reaction, itching. The poison ivy spread like crazy.
With one arm.
His legs were literally purple.
Yeah, that was trippy.
It was crazy. So we bought all the calamine, Benadryl, itch spray. He had Tylenol to drink for it. I think that was more for the surgery though. So he was refusing medication. He's like, no, I'm not taking any pills.
Because it kept making it worse, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's like,
He's having an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
So we had to honor that. And the little guy, we're like, I can't have him take any more. Especially if he's listening to his body. And that's the main thing that we preach. So I just feel like I had that stillness in my head, and geez, so now he has a terrible poison ivy. We were at the doctor's yesterday just to confirm, and they prescribed us some steroid cream, which we're using, and he refuses the oral medication though, which is fine because it looks a heck of a lot better today than it did yesterday.
It does.
And it looked better yesterday than it did the day before. So we're kind of coming on the tail end of this thing, but geez, what a ride.
Oh, I just wanted to be back there to give you a hug because I know you were. I can't even imagine how that felt, but
honestly, I was cool. I was very peaceful. It was spiritual.
Yeah.
With Nixon yelling out, I'm like, give it to God, Nixon. Pray, say a prayer. He is with you. Be strong. You were going to get through this. After I knew that he was alive and his head, he's all willing. Yeah. I was just kind of going through the motions at that point. Yeah. It was kind of like an out of body experience. I literally did give it to God. I'm like, you know what will be, will be. And the power of prayer, the prayer chain was real because Rachel knew right away because her brother was part of the Fillmore Fire Department and he got the ad. She sent me what the call was too, so I have it. I'm like, oh geez. And they were like, this boy wants to pull out his finger. He got stuck in the wedge. And so she knew he was calling me. Uncle Jamie was here. Corey was here. Danny was here within minutes. Yeah. I mean, and everyone, letting my side of the family know and that power of prayer. I can't help but to say that it had everything to do with his outstanding surgery and how things went.
Yeah.
And having patience with him, on the camping trip. And I feel like, yes, the kids have been helpers and being little cheering him on, but not giving him much grace. They don't want him on their. We played wiffle ball. Yeah. They want him on the wiffle ball team because they knew he'd be an out. And I'm like, come on, take the out, right? Jeez, poor little guy.
Oh, he's such a trooper though. He doesn't complain about it really. He just kept going, doing what he could with what he could. He's the strongest little man I know.
He was saying thank you to the first responders, to the paramedics. He was saying, thank you so much for helping me. He just being such a little angel himself.
His true colors, even in panic, really showed.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
And I was really proud. It was a proud mama moment.
Yes. You're
So,
doing something right,
despite
Ash.
the mom guilt and all that.
That could have, just, I don't know.
Well, keep him in your prayers out there for a fast healing process. We're in the middle of summer and he's got a plastic cast on and we got to, treat that and some physical therapy is going to be necessary to get him going. But, if all things considered and everything goes right, he should be at football camp in the first week in August.
Nice.
That'll be about 6 weeks. So, couldn't happen at a better time.
No, let's just get this out of the way.
I know. Jeez. And now I got to worry about concussions and everything else. Oh, it's hard putting your babies out there. But, hey, you ain't living unless you're out there counting the treasures in the trials.
Yes. I feel like we all learned a lot.
Yes, and a respect for that machinery. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the girls kind of, witness that firsthand. That I like how Danny said it. He's like, every machine can bite you. Mm-hmm. They are out to bite you.
Yeah. Super helpful, but you got to know what you're doing.
And you can get hurt. Mm-hmm. And just assuming that risk before you even, you use the machinery and slowing down. I feel like sometimes I feel myself hurrying, especially when you have the long to-do list and it's not his way, not his plan. So I needed this to decompress and talk it through and know that, we live to see another day.
Yes. Woo. Thank you.
And despite all of it, I think we really came together and had a really unique camping experience that the kids will not forget. No. And being able to witness Nixon have hives and the poison ivy and the hand and not complain, not get he did lose it a little bit with me, and I feel like one of the kids was like, he's talking to his mom like that, but overall, I'm like,
he's going through something.
Yeah, that's what we told her. We're like, Nick's going through some bags. Like, don't judge him right now for getting a little short with his mom about not making breakfast fast enough. I don't even know what it was about, but you know what I mean? Yeah. He did kind of, but I feel like that's we can always look at each other and reconnect and be, I know he's not doing it to hurt me,
Oh, he loves you.
But speaking of all about Nixon, I'm sorry, but I'm just to say this about me for a second. Look at this poison ivy, you guys. I feel like that should be the plant, highlight. You guys, poison ivy. Never let it stop you from going in the woods. No. Because it's going to be out there either way. But you can't so if I rub my poison ivy on Sunshine, she cannot get it from my rash. It comes from the plant oils itself. And I have it all around my elbows. It was in my toes. It's on my ankles. And it's blistery. So I think it was poison oak that we got into at that Mermaid Lagoon.
I got something, but I'm not even nothing compared to you guys. I don't know what it is.
It's the point.
Mine looks different than yours, though.
Yeah, we went in there, fucked around and found out.
It's our battle move.
Yeah, but I'm not going to let it stop me. No, I would still do it again.
Back. This time with bug spray.
Yeah, and I think it's because I shaved that spread it in the shower. And didn't wash it, completely before.
Well, we didn't even know we had it.
Right.
In our defense.
Right. And so I was thinking how it spread on me. Mm-hmm. And poor, sweet little Nixon too. Probably not showering on Friday. He was rambling hard. Yeah. Because of his hand. We just came out of the hospital. Yeah. I don't think we were ready to go to the shower. Rachel brought a waterproof covering to cover the cast with, so he can shower and bathe with more peace of mind of not getting that wet, because that thing wet, itchy, woof. Oh, but it gets sweaty in there, so it does get, yeah. But his spread real fast, real quick too. Yeah. So poison ivy is out there, but don't let it stop you from having some good old-fashioned fun. If you Google it and look it up, there's 3 different kinds. It's ivy, oak, and sumac, which are all really prevalent, especially here in Wisconsin. Pretty much all the woods have them. So stick to the trail. Don't go off the beaten path, and if you have to, make sure you wash yourself real good with some Dial soap.
Or have shoes and pants and cover your skin just in case.
Yeah, just in case. If you are going on an outdoor woodsy adventure to find mushrooms.
Yes.
Which you absolutely 100% should.
Yes.
But maybe don't come bombardiering through the woods looking for a mermaid lagoon right after it rains. Like we did.
More lessons.
More lessons. Seriously. I feel like such a baby Christian, just learning all these lessons, but keeping a good positive attitude throughout it all. Because it was magical this week.
It was.
Despite all
the highs.
All the odds.
All the lows.
Against us. Mm-hmm. We even emptied the poop trap for the first time
like
on the thing.
Babes.
So we're going to be ready for Earth 5 Music Festival. Right? Yes. Although I don't think we're using that because I don't think it's a full hookup. But now I feel a lot more confident in my camping abilities. Mm-hmm. And to be able to tow that thing is going to be my next hurdle. But I feel really good about using the toilets, the bathroom, the water, the fresh water, and the black tank. And it's all good.
Yeah, they couldn't really make it any more easy, to be honest. They really...
It's just doing it.
Yeah.
Going through the motions and doing
just
it. You don't like...
that there's charge floating and they're like, oh, okay.
No, you don't have to touch. I don't feel like I got anything on me.
No, it's just...
It was like seamless.
Yeah. Even Nixon's like, you're touching that? Like, yeah.
And before you do it, it is a big deal. You think about it, you're like, oh, geez, yeah, we're going to empty that. Let's not use it. At first, so another thing, I'm sorry, but this was crazy. Like, there's so many angels in all of our lives. They're everywhere, all the time. You just have to be open and say yes. But I'm outside, what was that? Sunday morning, right? Yep. And there's a man, they're packing up. You could tell if they were like avid campers. They had the whole setup. They knew exactly. He was like unpacking his septic tank and his water line. And I was like, hey, like, I'm just watching you over here. I get to do that. I'm trying to learn. And he's like, how long are you staying? How long are you camping for? Because I was like, we don't have ours hooked up yet. And he's like, how long are you camping here for? And I'm like, till Wednesday. He's like, oh, you're going to want it hooked up. And he's like, here's what you do. And he like showed, kind of took the time and showed me how to do it. And he was like a daddy. He was an angel. He was an angel neighbor friend that took the time to explain to me how simple it was to get your septic and your water hooked up.
Nice.
And had he not done that, Danny was going to let us not have water. He's like, we'll deal with it next time. Because he didn't want to do anything with the poop tank. But we did it. So he went and got a water hose. We had the septic and we hooked it up. I wasn't taking no for an answer. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not being here until Wednesday. This is the whole reason why we got a travel trailer. And a full hookup so we can use it. You know?
Yeah.
But, and then realize how easy it is. But I thought there was going to be a lot more to it.
I thought so too.
Because I guess, I understand. So I'm so glad we trusted the intuition, tapped in, tuned on to the spidey senses, and asked for help when you need it.
Yeah.
And use the neighbors.
That's a good one. Ask for help.
Because seriously, how different would that have been if we would have been in there and not had the water? We would have been like, it might as well be set up in a tent at that point with no water. Yeah.
You would have had electricity but no water. Yeah.
It was still music. We were still jamming. But
look, it was like one of those things where you like put it off or like don't want to do it, but once you do it, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So get out of your own way. Ask for help. Learn it. Teach others if you have to. And carry on with your business.
Yeah. Yes, and carry on with that growth mindset. Let the ego get out of my way, just being in that present moment. Had I not been sitting there at that same time, and then him kind of like held my hand and showed me, things might have been looked a little bit different for the week. But despite that, we hooked it up and made it happen, and that was awesome.
So courageous.
Be fearless and play. Yes. You. Well, that's what we were going to plant the garden today. Primo had a veterinary appointment this morning. She went and body pumped, and we reconvened here with full intentions to plant our garden until we're like, well, we probably should podcast before we get all sweaty and, probably angry and, dehydrated and everything else.
Come back just looking like,
we have a whole table of seedlings out there that need to be transplanted into their forever home, and we are late. We are behind this season, but we are right on
time. Mm-hmm. Divine timing.
Because you hear of a lot of talking to other farmers, they've been having a hard time this season with their crops. So maybe it's just God's way. It's His will of letting us know that we're going to wait till Monday and Tuesday next week to plant the garden.
Yes.
And go enjoy our weekend with our family, and with our heads held high that, you know what? This is the good stuff. And these are the moments. These are the days. And we did the podcast.
Yes.
So we to our commitments. And the plans are still going to be there. Mm-hmm. We got a lot to plant. We're going to do the 3 sisters gardening technique with the mound system that we talked about.
Yes.
All of our hemp seedlings for the UW research program are in there waiting to spread their roots and be part of the mycelium mystery. And we're so set up with Danny tilling it for us and laying out weed barrier on generously on more than half of the garden. So
Dan is the man.
So I feel like we're prepped, prepared, and ready to rock and roll. And then next week we'll be inoculating mushrooms and get those babies in the buckets and our potatoes in their little forever homes. We just got to keep things watered from here on out.
Which we can totally do.
Mm-hmm. And roll some joints and make some new gummies in preparation for restock for our retail partners and homegrown music fest. Regner Park. Mm-hmm. It's happening here in the second week of July, and I can't believe that really stuck up for us.
It did.
We'll be talking more about Thursday about the plan and what kind of that looks like, but it's a big deal. It's the first time where we're connecting the dots of being a vendor and a performer.
Yes.
On the same event, in which we're kind of doing at the Earth Vibe as well, sharing our gifts because we have Flower Crown workshop that we're hosting. We're vending there with the DNA hemp, and we're participating in a group music circle.
I'm excited for that.
In which we'll be bringing the sound bowls as well. So I feel like that too, but that's not like this is our homegrown music are like our own stage.
Mm-hmm. And our local people too. So like, no pressure.
Between all the kids, we got the whole band and the stage crew and the music production and the merchandise counter. It's going to be freaking awesome. And I love the homegrown music, that it is all local bands, performers and artists, and bigger names abound that, originated here. So I love that those boys over there are putting that music festival together. It's really important work that they're doing and just kind of connecting the dots with different local nonprofits too, as well, and creators.
10th year, so
holy
they ain't going anywhere. But
I wonder if they started, they knew it was going to be going on for this long, or they'd be creating that special magic and taking a chance on us. It's our very first performance, and it's going to be awesome. We got a lot of preparations to do, but we get to do these things.
Yes.
But family first. Got to get in some water today. Mm-hmm. And then go see some fireworks at the Kewaskum Park. Is that the Independence Park?
River Hill Park, I think it's called.
That's another tradition that our kids look forward to every year. You go see the Kewaskum fireworks, and it is packed. People come from miles around. They got this really cool hill, and they blow off the fireworks down the river, and just a really safe, family-friendly firework event. It seems like the fireworks are like right on top of you. Yeah. Like you feel like they're raining down.
It's up close and personal. It's really cool. The girls, I know they had a sign. You weren't supposed to put your blanket out there before 6 a.m. So after 6 a.m., everybody had a chance.
6 a.m.
And there were blankets out there already. I sent them out there like 7:30. They're like, Mom, I'm like, no, go. We need a safer spot.
So you got spot saved?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they went under the trees. Like they did the last year and the year before. Whatevs, that's where they want to be. But it's kind of hard to see. You can still see. Actually, last year it saved us. The shrapnel and all like the ashes and all the stuff. The trees kind of blocked us from all that. So it worked out. We'll see how it goes this year.
Oh, yeah. See? Treasures in the trial.
Yeah.
What is that? You count for that. All of it. Mm-hmm. All of it. I think this one's got to be... Is there a cord handy for that bad boy? Yeah, I love 4th of July traditions. It's going to be awesome. For me, it's like a lot on the lake, being out there. But I get to open Cheryl's Club, 175, 4th of July morning. Make sure that business is open and ready for action because it's a busy day for us, especially for lunch and before the fireworks. I feel like a lot of people are coming through, wetting their whistle on their rides and the to and fro because most everybody has off on the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. And let's just talk a little bit about the importance of the 4th of July.
What is the reason for the season?
Independence Day. I was explaining to the kids what that meant and, why America is so united and the the home of the brave and the land of the free on purpose because, you know, it came out of sacrifice. But God bless the USA. And I also love that Jesus is infused in a lot of that too. I feel like I love America because it's the one time where like people really don't flinch or bat an eye or judge when you say God bless America. It's just something that's like ingrained in your heart, and
it connects us all, right? Yeah.
Yes.
One thing we all have in common here in America
is that freedom. And we're bringing this, the revival of the Christian faith, to know that we have to have a lot of faith over fear and know that it's not our plan. Everything is going according to plan. And I don't take my I feel like I try not to take my freedom for granted because, you know, you get out there and you explore the world and you realize really how great we have it here. It's always like first world problems, right?
100%. Yeah, very humbling.
And even to have the opportunity here to speak freely on, you know, social media and being able to share that and reach people and advocate for cannabis is a huge liberating feeling in and of itself.
Yes.
The right to bear arms and the freedom of speech and all the high vibe and awesomeness in between. It's pretty wild. Wild times, I tell ya.
Yes. Sorry. Well, and because of not a couple, but quite a few brave souls who stood up for what was right? What they believed in was right. I feel like we can relate to that too. And our revolution. Cannabis. Crusader.
Free the plant!
Flower to the people!
Flower to the people! For real! I mean, how is it in a land of the free and where we have, it's so bountiful and abundance is everything, everywhere, and you have the world at your fingertips. How is it that this plant is still not free? I feel like, don't get me fired up before the fireworks. So yeah, light up this firecracker. You guys, honestly, it is time. The time is now. We know we're closer than we ever were before. And it's just so easy to make the decision to liberate the plant and let it be free and what nature intended it to be. And it's going to take us brave cannabis crusaders to stand up for what is right and to stick to the science. And it's proven that it is helpful to people, just like mint. It really is.
Yeah.
And of course, if I bred mint and added some strange fertilizers and pesticides and other things to it, I'm sure it could hurt you too.
Yes.
But we're not doing that.
So know your source.
Yes.
Know your farmer.
So should we start a declaration of the independence of cannabis? And launch, I think it's already written.
It is.
And launch that on the 4th of July. What do we got to do to make that happen? That would be amazing. And then we'll be asking for signatures. And we'll let it spread like wildfire. Yes. We the people can make this change and make it happen. But it's going to take a united effort to bring light to this injustice that has been suppressing the healing potential of cannabis. It's helping people. At the end of the day, I don't understand.
You can't outlaw nature.
Yeah.
So what? Who are you? Come on.
Yeah. Bah. I want to be positive about it, though.
Yes.
That's
why we're here. We're here to spread the light and the love and educate. Advocate.
Absolutely. Cannabis advocates all the way. We're out here putting in the work and the effort to connect people with nature and the possibilities and probability that cannabis can help you in more ways than one, especially being the master conductor. I really want to talk about the ECS and kind of do the deep dive into it, or maybe it doesn't have to be that deep. Maybe we're making it deeper than the dive needs to be because, again, the world is at your fingertips. You can do your own research, and please do, but
ECS, look it up, Google it.
All the signs are pointing to yes for your body and wanting to take advantage of this plant. If you source it properly and consume it in the right way, low and slow, and trust your intuition and listen to your body.
Amen.
Let's free the plant. Declaration. It can happen. It can happen. But it's gonna take a little bit of a fight. But I think she's worth it. I think she's worth fighting for.
Amen.
Yes! Yeah. So let's get organized. It's a short AI question away of how to get a movement rolling once again. And it's going to take sharing. Mm-hmm. Sharing the links, sharing the message, sharing the source, and having a clear, concise message, which we are two high vibe and earth mamas on a mission to spread peace, love, and light and bring more balance to everyday people through holistic healing. Mm-hmm. And we truly believe that cannabis is the missing key to the locks and keys of the endocannabinoid system.
Let's see where you're going with that. Yes.
And God bless our freedom to be able to grow and, start a brand or company with good intentions of helping our community and being able to talk about it on these platforms.
Speaking of freedom, I think all those inmates in there should be freed as well for doing the same thing that we're doing.
Let the prisoners go!
Yes, they don't need to be in there.
Yeah, especially with possession.
Yeah.
But I know.
Yeah,
it's injustice.
It is.
And it needs to be rectified. But you know what? Every day is a new opportunity. Mm-hmm. And one day at a time. So we can only do what we can do right now. Right here. Or right now. Yes. When you're listening to this, get connected with your local legislator and drop them a line. Send them an email. Who knows what that small seed, what that could plant and germ into.
United.
Unite. Unit.
Ignite the unite.
Ooh, so I like that one. Ignite the unite. The uniting. Ignite the United States of Cannabis Revolution. Needs to happen. It's been too long. I think Colorado has been legal since 2008. California even earlier. It's just insane how we're in Wisconsin, or federally, it's not legalized. Well, I know the president is dealing with a lot right now that's going on in the world, so we will give him grace and we will give him mercy. But know that we are here, taking the pledge to listen to our bodies and do what's right. And we know best.
Mm-hmm. Trust it.
So I'm taking back that liberty and I'm taking back that power.
Yes.
And that's what we're urging people to do too, the more you know. And maybe cannabis is the gateway to the holistic healing and knowing that there's a whole wild world out there. Great ways to treat your body like a temple so you can live your best life. Hey, yo.
Love that. Brrr. Speaking of fireworks and fur babies, this is a game changer. This is our pet oil. I don't know about you, but my dog freaks out when he hears loud bangs, such as fireworks or gunshots or thunder or anything else that comes unnatural, I suppose, to them, right? Just a little bleep blop right in his mouth. I give him about a half hour before the festivities or, the thunderstorm, and he just is cool as a cucumber. Doesn't get all worked up, doesn't run around barking, panting, freaking out. He's just kind of hanging out. And I couldn't be more happy because it's really hard to see him freak out. It's like, it's okay. But he's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, what the love is it?
What are you talking about? So, take advantage of our sale right now. Coupon code WOOF, WOOF, for 25% off.
And if you join the High Vibe Tribe and subscribe, you would get that wonderful email letting you know the discount coupon code to bring you to the website. or visit one of our retail partners like the Green Dog in West Bend, Wisconsin, who proudly offers all of our natural pharmacy. And she has so much compassion, knowledge, and love for all of the purveyors and vendors that she sells at her organic grocery store. We're really proud to be on the shelves there because we know that it's so mindfully and sustainably sourced. And the fact that we're working hand in hand to offer this plant medicine is amazing.
Yes.
For the fur babies too. I put mine on both my dogs' food, both the puppy and the senior and the puppy, just for a proactive approach to their health. It keeps their coat nice and shiny. It keeps their joints moving with ease. I mean, my 10-year-old Chihuahua runs around she can outrun the puppy. Mm-hmm. So she's super fast. She's super bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. She's ready for the day. She's super party. She's a little bit more sleepy, though. I feel like she does like to nap, but hey, rest is best. But she loves it. And she's so tiny that a full dropper of the pet oil would be 25 milligrams. And so I only give her a quarter of a dropper because it goes by body weight. So she's really probably only getting maybe 5 milligrams is kind of my target, which can even be a lot for a little dog. So I feel like even if I'm between 2 to 5 milligrams for her, depending on the day, but I put it right on her food and on my little puppy's food too, mix it right in and they gobble it up. Love it. Not only that, it's with wild Alaskan salmon oil, which is an excellent carrier oil for the hemp extract because it's so rich in all your omegas, omega-3, omega-6, which is really good for your coat and skin and nails and all that good stuff too. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the wild Alaskan salmon oil in and of itself is great to give your pups, and then add that hemp extract to it, which is bringing more balance to their system. Why it helps the dogs with fireworks or other disturbances in their environment. It's really important to kind of be proactive with it and not so much reactive. So I say it's good all the time. I mean, yes. For the fireworks, I love that people think of their dogs for that time because that's when they see them struggle. Mm-hmm. They're just but I feel like you gotta get up on it. It's they're one a day. Yeah. And all vertebrate species, for that matter, can benefit from the hemp.
More like a supplement, right?
Yes.
Like a vitamin, if you will.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's the best vitamin supplement that you can give any animal because they have a little endocannabinoid system too. So just how it affects how people will use it for pain, sleep, and mood, you can use that for your fur babies too. Cats, dogs, horses, that'd be quite a big dosing because of the body weight. Yes. But there's a way to do it. And that's what, that's why there's different modalities for them, different ways of consumption to be used. And you just got to figure out what works best. I know a lot of people will put it right on their treat because if they share dog bowls, they'll know exactly that they're getting that treat, that they got their dose.
Yeah.
But
yeah, my dog likes it right in his mouth. He loves the flavor.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of like that. It's more bioavailable then. It kind of passes the digestion and can get absorbed right away.
Yeah.
Now, can you get it under its tongue? Right? But I mean, if you can, and some people can. So that's exactly what you should do.
Yeah, I'll try.
That's amazing. I know with her, she'd be like, arr, arr, arr. So, but maybe starting with the puppy, it'd be easier just to get him right in the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
Right in his mouth.
Yeah.
He would love it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And it won't hurt him. There is no psychoactive effects at all.
Right.
It's just that feeling of balance and presence that it brings to all the vertebrate species. So
just take the edge off, really, right? Just kind of.
And it is all natural. So I don't feel like on the days of 4th of July and on these triggered points of days of travel or whatnot, you can always up the dose a little bit. You can always give them a little bit more to kind of, just like if you've had a bad day, use a little bit more because it's going to help bring back you to that nice and even keel that we're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm. It might make you a little sleepy if you do up theirs, and that's okay too. Let them sleep it out.
Yeah.
Rest is best.
It's so true. Relax and rewind. I love